How's it going, everybody? Taxus Man here, back with another video. I hope you're having a wonderful day, whether you're an Autobot or a Decepticon. And if you guys would, please give this video a thumbs up. If you guys do enjoy it, subscribe, of course, if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit that bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos. And we're going to be talking about 5 reasons I personally believe why Transformers is flopping at the theaters. Whether you guys want to admit this or not, the film is bombing at the box office. It's been out for almost a week now at the time recording this video. And I wanted to discuss 5 reasons why I think the film is bombing. Now, I've already talked about this film twice in 2 separate videos. I've done a non-spoiler review talking about why I think it's the best Transformers movie ever in the franchise. And I've also recently just put out a very lengthy, I think it's like 16, 17 minute long video diving into why I think it's the best Transformers film in spoiler territory. So I highly encourage you guys to check those out. You'll enjoy them. But this film is bombing. And it's not even making what it was projected to make. It was projected to make, in just North America alone, $30 to $35 million. The film has, at the time of recording this video, just made about $25 million. That is a disastrous opening weekend for a franchise-like movie such as Transformers. The film has made about $25 million. Guess what the budget was to make the movie? Now, when I say budget, that does not include marketing costs. That doesn't include getting it sent out worldwide to movie theaters and it being for the distribution's sake, it being ready for physical media and streaming services. The budget alone for this movie is $75 million. Okay, that's what it cost them to make the film. And in its opening weekend, plus a couple extra days, it's only made $25 million. That is not good. So, why do I think this has happened? 5 reasons. Number 1, Transformers 1 had an uphill battle fighting the live-action Michael Bay Transformers universe. A lot of people, myself included, quit caring about the live-action movies after Dark of the Moon. I think Dark of the Moon, the hype for that movie was at its peak when it was coming out. I think it was like 2011. Correct me if I'm wrong on the date, but I believe first one came out in 2007, second one 2009, and third one 2011. When Dark of the Moon was coming out, I remember the hype because of the trailers. And I'll dive into trailers in just a second. But the hype for Dark of the Moon at that time was phenomenal. It didn't say the epic conclusion to the Transformers trilogy because they're like, okay, if this movie makes enough money, we'll keep going. And they have, unfortunately. But the way the trailers presented it was like, okay, it's the culmination of everything that's come before with the first 2 movies, Transformers and Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, and it's going to tie everything up in a nice bow. You know, the ultimate showdown between Optimus and Megatron, which we really don't get. It's set it up as being cool. And then we got whatever the 4th one was with Megatron and Starscream being resurrected. Then we had Knights of the Round Table. Then we had Bumblebee, which is pretty cool. And then whatever Beast Wars was. But people have a very sour taste in their mouth because the Michael Bay Transformers movies have always centered too much on the humans and, product placement and whatnot instead of the actual Transformers. So the franchise as a whole in almost 2 decades has been tainted by the Michael Bay universe of Transformers. So a lot of people are like, I've just given up on the Transformers franchise and I'm done. So Transformers 1 as a movie has always had to fight that uphill battle. Number 2, this kind of ties in with the second one. Bad trailers / bad marketing. If you watch a trailer, it doesn't matter which one it is, for this film, it doesn't scream Transformers. Okay, it screams cartoon, animated, anime, kiddie, Nickelodeon cartoon, something you watch on Saturday morning for a 7-year-old. It doesn't say in the trailer, back to the origin story, back to basics, all on Cybertron, all just focusing on Transformers with no human involvement whatsoever. The trailers, however, it's like, and I'm just like, it doesn't. What they show in the trailers, what they show in the marketing, is completely opposite of what's actually in the movie. I mean, obviously, there's certain things in the trailers that's in the movie, but how it plays out in the film is much better than how it plays out. How it plays out in the trailer. Sorry, I'm having a caffeine burp. It's just the marketing for this film was just not centered towards a larger audience, and it's like, I've got family members who that are big Transformers fans like me, and they're like, no, I'm good. I went and saw it though, and I gave it a 9.5, and I still hold to that fact true. It's got a couple problems, but for the most part, it's a fun movie. Third thing, the fans that grew up watching the original generational 1 Transformers, they're in their 40s, 50s, and even 60s now. And the franchise, unfortunately, hasn't done much to make new fans or come up with new Transformers, new toys, new products for people to buy. The franchise has basically been, for a decade plus now, there is no excitement level about going to a brick and mortar store, for the few that actually exist still, and purchasing a toy. Now, if you guys don't know, I work for Amazon. I deliver Amazon packages. Literally yesterday, I had a bunch of packages going to one customer's house, and they had Pokemon dolls. Okay? Pokemon, which has been around for 20, 30 years now, they're still making TV shows and movies and, merchandise that you can purchase. Hello? I'm wearing one. Hello? But, Transformers, it's not cool much anymore. No one thinks about Autobots and robots in disguise or anything like that. Everyone's just like, oh, looky, it's a robot that can go transform into a motorcycle. That newness of the Transformers franchise has basically been killed into a void. Fourth thing, streaming and physical media. We have gotten to a point now, unfortunately, where most people have much better theater setups in their basement than they do in an actual theater, whether that's 4K, players, sound bars, the whole 9 yards, flat screen TVs that are bigger than your mom's basement. People are just willing to wait for movies now to come out onto streaming services, or wait for it to come out on physical media, wait for good reviews or bad reviews to decide if they want to purchase it, and there you go. And another contributing factor to this problem is a lot of times you'll get a movie released into theaters, and before the movie even gets released, they will say, theatrical release, and then they'll be like 7 days later, it comes out onto physical media and streaming services. Well, if you're spending $150 a year, just hypothetically, $150 a year for a streaming service, and it's going to be on that streaming service, why would you spend your time, your gas, your money for ticket, money for concessions, and gas back to wherever you live? Why would you spend all that money when you're spending money already on streaming services that you already are paying for and you own, technically, sort of? Why would you do that? Why would you go to the theater? Why would you drop an extra $50 a pop, an extra $50 a person, when you're already spending money and you can just watch it at home and be happy and convenient and not have to deal with people screaming and whining and babies and people in the very back top row having sex? The theater experience is just completely bonkers now. Fifth and final thing. The release window of this movie is completely stupid, okay? It is being released towards the end of September, near the beginning of October, which, guess what? September and October is Halloween season. What do people normally watch in Halloween season? Horror movies. And I think films that are going to be released in the coming weeks are going to have this exact same problem, honestly. Like The Wild Robot coming out and Joker 2. They're not horror movies. These types of films should be coming out either during like November and December, or they should have come out during the summertime. Same thing with Transformers 1. This should have been a summer blockbuster. This is a film that should have come out 2-3 weeks after Twisters or something like that. Or even come out, in like March, or April, like a month or so after Dune Part 2. But releasing this literally in the Halloween season and literally just a week or so after Beetlejuice comes out is a really bad window to release a Transformers movie. A lot of people are still going and seeing Beetlejuice 2 because of this Halloween season. Transformers is not a Halloween seasonal movie. So the release window is just bad. So those are my 5 reasons why I think the film is flopping. Like I said, I give it a 9.5. Check out my 2 videos about reviewing it. People need to go see it. It's worth the theatrical experience, and it's sad that it's not getting, the love it deserves. I hope this film does succeed when it comes to streaming and physical media, because I want more Transformers in this universe. I am so sick and tired of the live action crap that they keep making every couple of years. Stick to what makes Transformers work. And that's not humans, and that's not being on Earth, and that's not interjecting product placement in current day politics. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Peace out.